Welcome to the Four Brewers podcast. My name is John Holzer, and as always, I'm joined by
Jason Harris,
Greg Nagel,
and Tim Mather.
Today is May 23rd, and what's May 23rd, guys?
John's birthday.
John's birthday.
It's
my birthday.
I didn't know how to introduce this show because it's my own birthday, so it's not like I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, it's my birthday. Please clap."
Yay.
So
It's my birthday, bitches.
You're allowed to.
most people that are on social media have their birthday listed in Facebook, and it pops up in the Facebook feed, which I do find helpful. I rarely say happy birthday to someone on Facebook. I'll just tell them privately or whatever. But I do not list my birthday on Facebook because I don't like it. It's weird mental things with me. So, but yeah, today's my birthday. I'm 42, which it seems
That's
like a
the
cool
answer.
age. Yeah, it's a cool number, right? 41 is a
42.
boring number. Greg just turned 50 not too long ago, too, by the way.
I'm 5-0.
That's awesome.
Call the
I go
5-0 on
5-0.
me.
So we don't really have a theme for the show other than I wanted to drink IPA because it's the best beer on the planet next to lager. So we are drinking a bunch of IPA today. It doesn't matter what kind of IPA, just whatever we all decided to buy. And before we get into that, we have a couple new patrons on Patreon. We have our first patron from the UK. Which is this person's name is Kieran. So thank you to Kieran from the UK. Who was the other person? Oh gosh. Used to always be in the chat. I want to say they were also from the UK. I can't believe I can't.
Data Side Guy?
Yeah. Were they from the UK?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
remember
think-
he recorded an intro to us sounding like Jon Snow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think he was also from the UK. I can't be sure though.
Yeah, I believe
yeah.
he's gotten busy running. I believe he started a bottle shop, and he's
He's got his own
running
bottle shop now. Yeah.
And so now he's busy working instead of hanging out with us, which I guess that's a choice.
I miss Data Side Guy. Maybe we should try to set something up with him. Like maybe he can get some beers from his bottle shop and come on and hang out with us with beers that we can get here
That'd be
locally.
rad.
And also new patron Alan S. So thank you to Kieran and Alan S for supporting us on Patreon. Again, if you want to go throw some money our way, you can go to supporttheshitoutofit.com or patreon.com/4brewers, and you can give us your money. We do have a final design for the 4B Patreon exclusive glassware. I just haven't ordered it yet, but it's been posted in the Patreon Discord chat, so you can check it out. We were going to go with Teku glasses, but after pricing them out, it's just not feasible for anyone who isn't a small business to buy Teku glasses because they're insanely expensive. We appreciate the money we get from our patrons, but they are just out of this world expensive. Shipping is over the it's
Plus,
bad.
Imagine the packing job you'd have to do on those too.
Yeah. I think it was Kyle in the chat mentioned something about something about just send mine broken or something like that, because it's just going to break. They're very sensitive glasses.
The thing with me is I have a couple of those, and I never use them because they're really delicate, and you basically have to baby them. And unless it's an occasion, then I'm just like, well, let's leave that guy on the shelf, and I'll just use my good old Duvel tulip, which won't fall over because it's not sitting on a 8-inch stem.
I'm the same way. I have quite a few Teku glasses. I've even offered them to Yvonne to use as wine glasses. And she's like, this is too complicated. I just want to use a wine glass. And so I just stick with, I've had this brewery glass this is Matt's glass that he gave me, OG brewery glass. But I have one similar to it. I don't really like the Duvel style where the tulip part flares out at the top. This is just enough to kind of focus the aroma towards your nose. But it's my favorite glass. I love this style of glass. It's a Rastal glass, I believe.
The thing with the Duvel is it'll hold a whole pint.
That's true. Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah.
This will hold a whole pint as well. You just have to pour a little slower to get less head on it. That's all.
The Teku glasses, I think they look really cool, but obviously I don't own one. I never bothered buying one. I didn't want to risk shipping one, and I haven't seen one anywhere that really I thought was really worth getting because I had too many glasses. But honestly, they're my favorite style. I I can understand though, like like when I'm done with this tulip, it goes in the dishwasher. I'm not going to put a Tiku in the dishwasher.
You have to hand wash a Teku glass for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't have a photo handy that I can put in the stream of the glasses we're getting, but they're called the Craftmaster. And basically it's a Teku. It's like the top of a Teku with the bottom of like an IPA glass. Like remember those IPA glasses that were kind of had a wide round bottom?
The like dogfish ones? Or
kind of, yeah.
Oh,
there we go. Jason to the rescue. So that's the glass. Yeah.
And the thing with this is to remember that it's pretty big. Like if you look at this, it looks like it's like a 4-ounce glass. But
yeah, that's actually a good point. I thought
it's over a 16-ounce glass.
Through this entire process, I honestly thought it was a small glass.
Yeah. So there's another labeled one next to a 16-ounce can. So it's a pretty.
Those are really good for your car's drink holders.
Yeah,
throwing that out there.
That's where I normally need. I really don't have something that help me drink and drive.
I mean, you can put juice in there, or ice water or something. It's multi-purpose.
I could.
Matt, when he was still on the show, saying how old these glasses are, that's the glass he wanted for 1 year, and I was like, no, those are fucking ugly. And now I'm like, you know what? They're not so ugly. I came around to them. So, the glass that you saw, that's the Patreon glass that we're giving away this year, which I did all the artwork for, which I'm pretty proud of. I
like that I'm green.
And also, I don't know if you can show the glass again real quick, Jason. The colors of the glass are the colors of a Swami's can, which is the first beer I'm drinking. I mean, it's my birthday. And
Segway master.
I know we've had Swamis on the show a lot, but yeah, the colors on that glass are blue, orange, green, and yellow, which are the colors of a Swami's can. So that's the tie-in with those funky colors, if anyone was wondering. But I'm drinking Swamis. How about you guys?
You know what? I'll open a Swamis in solidarity. Nice. I do have a couple beers from the Central Coast. Have we featured? We did feature some Wild Fields on the show for sure. I got some of that coming up later.
Yeah, they sent us beer.
Yeah. I've got
early in the pandemic, actually. I think.
I think I've got something we haven't tried from them, so that'll be fun. Try that in a little bit. But cheers to John, birthday Swamis.
Oh, thanks, guys. Cheers.
Chink.
Cheers. I'm cracking open a Casa Agria Jets Overhead IPA.
Nice.
I've never had any of their IPAs, so I'm looking forward to this guy.
Yeah, I got a beer coming up that is from a brewery that I've never had IPA from as well, who is now in the Hazy game, which seems kind of weird. And I have a pretty interesting story to back that up too. So, Tim, what do you got?
Let's see. Because I was when I was picking up beer.
You've got quite a good collection, by the way, I gotta say.
And it was all basically on the same 12-foot section of shelving, which was pretty amazing too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very serendipitous. So obviously we did our new Belgium show a few shows back. I'm not sure if that one's gone out yet, but
hasn't gone out yet, but it will be out. Yeah.
We just the fact we made so much fun of New Belgium basically is just Voodoo Ranger at this point.
I had a feeling.
They're always coming out with new things and all that stuff. And so I was there and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this one before. So
Captain
Dynamite IPA.
Captain Dynamite. Yeah. Okay.
So this one's
it still has the Voodoo Ranger man. Oh, okay. It says Voodoo Ranger on the side.
Oh yeah, here you go. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, it still has your little skeleton man with his 80s retro sunglasses.
I've had that beer. It was good, but not memorable. It was good for a 6-pack beer. Yeah.
So you excited to try it, Tim?
I'm excited to try it just for the irony of another Voodoo Ranger that I have never heard of, because obviously that line just keeps expanding. And we were saying, every time I go to the store or to Total Wine or whatever, it's like, oh, hey, there's another skeleton guy.
I mean, our shows are pretty open-ended as far as beer styles go, so you could probably just buy a new Voodoo Ranger every week and just feature it on the show.
Sneak it in.
They put out so many.
Just subtly, you're gonna start hearing that voodoo song from Godsmack. It's that time of the show. Voodoo.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that song forever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
Overall, I can kind of see what you're saying about it, like being a 6-pack beer. It says they dry hopped with Mosaic, Simcoe, and Cascade, and I don't know. I like it. I don't dislike it. It's definitely better than some of the other Voodoos that we had when I went through my like slurry of Voodoo Rangers. But it's drinkable, and it's something that I would probably have if it were available.
I feel
with
most of
the hops that were in that, or that are dry hopped into that beer, I was expecting more of a nose on it, and it was just kind of like, yeah, okay. I can smell some fruit in there, but it's not really, bursting out of the glass. It's like all of these mass market hazies. It's like, yeah, it's fine.
It's a little restrained.
It's fine.
I kind of feel like in general, the large regional breweries, like you're going to get pretty good stuff by and large. Most of the time they're not amazing, but they're never like, oh, this is a waste of money. Like they're very rarely, you're usually just like, yeah, you got a solid beer. They don't get to that scale without knowing a little bit about what they're doing.
Yeah. I was actually in Gerard's picking up my beers this morning, and there was a dude in there. I've been here before, where early in my craft beer geekery career, where I'm looking at a bunch of beers on the shelf and I have no idea what to get. He and his friend, it was like on another aisle, and they were looking for beers, and I was minding my own business, whatever. I got my beers, and I walked out, and dude walks up to me when I walked out of their cold box, and he goes, "Do you know anything about beer?" And I go, "Yeah. You need help with something?" He's like, "My friends are telling me I need to buy Hazy IPA." And I'm like, "Okay, well, do you need help with that?" He's like, "Well, I drink Heineken, and I'm sick of drinking Heineken, and I don't know where to go from there." And I'm like, "All right, well, let's go back in the cold box." And he's like, "I don't want to buy a bunch of 6-packs of everything. I just want to buy some stuff to sample." And so we go to the single section, which is where I'm buying these beers from, for the most part. And anyway, long story short, he ended up walking away with a beer that I'm not going to name right now, but a beer from a brewery that I also bought a beer from. And I gave him a Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA. And I'm like, dude, there are so many hazy IPAs out there, and they kind of are all over the map with, as far as like, are they really bitter? Are they not bitter? He's like, I don't want any bitterness. And I'm like, okay, I get where you're coming from. So start with this, if you like that. And then I took him over to like the Modern Times section and, San Diego beer section, basically.
Reveal all day.
Here's some hazy IPAs you can go to if you like that. And also in the LA section over here, here's some beers over here. And it was fun, because it was just like, I can use my knowledge to help this dude out that doesn't know anything about beer. And he's where I was when I first got into New Brew Thursday. That's why I started watching New Brew Thursday, because I didn't know anything about beer.
Woo!
And so it was a very fun experience.
I couldn't imagine being that level of like beer noob right now, coming into craft beer right now and seeing like a beer shelf.
Oh, it's even more massive.
It's like, whoa, just buying a beer based off the artwork would be probably where that would start with.
Yeah. I feel like honestly, that's how I feel when I go into the wine section at Total Wine. I'm just like, okay. In the beer section, I know what I'm doing. I know what's where. And I go to the wine section, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea.
I will say that it also speaks to how important Hazy IPA has become, because it's become so popular and so loved that even people that don't drink beer are hearing about it through the grapevine, and they're like, yeah, it's not bitter and it's fruity. And it's like, well, I drink Heineken. I'm sick of Heineken. I want to take the next step. Fruity sounds good. Yep. I don't want nothing bitter. And it's like, okay, here's Hazy IPA. Like it's cool that it's evolved into that like gateway beer. I think
Heineken is pretty bitter as the lager goes, though.
It is.
Like, for a light lager, I think. Like I would guess Heineken's like 30 IBU.
I think he's saying he doesn't want to like jump into like IPA because IPA
it's 25.
Ruination. Dude, speaking of. What's funny is this Casa Agria. It just says India Pale Ale. It doesn't say Hazy IPA anywhere on it, but it is hazy. It is murky. It is everything you want in a hazy IPA. It's. I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, I thought it was a West Coast because normally they say Hazy IPA.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I probably never would have bought this if it had the word hazy, because I think my other two beers were hazy as well. But this is like 5 out of 5, man. It's super fruity on the nose, very pungent, very tropical.
I
The
don't.
mouthfeel
I
is
don't
like
think
marshmallowy smooth.
I don't think Casa Bonita makes non-hazy IPAs.
Casa
Casa
Agria.
Bonita.
Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita.
Isn't that in Colorado?
Yeah, actually it closed. Fun fact.
Well,
yeah, there's like a campaign
place
to try
for
to save it,
divers.
isn't there? Yeah.
from what I know, I'd have to go and check my check-in history because I don't know if I've had anything from Casa Agria. I'm in that area all the time, but I've never actually stopped by. But everything,
This is still well done.
all my friends that I know from like college that are still local there, and even people that I know travel up there, like nothing but good things to say. And I know that they were known for a lot of their kind of weird sours, I think, mostly
fruited sours and hazy IPAs are what.
But they really switched over to a lot of hazy IPA from what I understand. And again, like as far as I've heard, like I haven't heard anything bad, which is really good.
This is a must get. This is a must get if you see it on the shelf.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to buy more of their stuff.
I was gonna say, is that our acquired Casa Agria side?
There it is.
I Casa agree with you.
Thanks, Dr. Bill.
They're cool. They're in Oxnard, is that right?
They're in Oxnard.
Yeah.
It just says Ventura County on here, but yeah, okay.
I find it kind of funny too that you mentioned like buying based off of label. I mean, I still do that. I know a decent thing about beer, and I still like. I'm actually kind of. I feel like I lucked out and not ending up with all hazies just based off of how I bought them.
Yep.
I was like,
dude, I'm the same way. I
This
like
cool.
good label art. There's a reason why, breweries go out of their way to make good looking labels. It catches your eye.
In my my ranking, it's like style section, label, and then brewery. So like I check the styles that I want, and then I see if it's a cool label, and then I check to make sure that it's a brewery that like I think is,
and then date code. That's the
Tim's like,
one.
wow, is that skeleton wearing a winter hat, wraparound sunglasses? Classic. Coming with me.
Oh, God.
So I brought something new, a new brewery to the show. This brewery is out of San Luis Obispo, and they are called There Does Not Exist.
Wait, that's the brewery?
That is the name of the brewery.
I have not heard of that. I'll have to ask my friends up there.
Their labels,
they are not exist, or
they're THERE.
Yep,
okay, there.
And all their cans are these like black backgrounds with this really cool white, like detailed kind of like metal album cover, death metal looking thing.
Yeah, I like it.
This is not an IPA, it is a hoppy pilsner, but I consider that close enough. They put no info on their beers. There is no info on Untapped. There is barely any info on their website.
Their entire Instagram is black and white.
Yeah.
What's their name again? Their name?
There Does Not Exist.
Well, there's your answer, Jason. It's part of their marketing campaign.
Their brewery looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
So my girlfriend was up in San Luis Obispo and was recommended this from her family locally and brought back a bunch of beer, and it's been pretty damn good. This hoppy pilsner looks like a Hoegaarden, but
yeah, it's pretty hazy, not quite silicone haze, but it's got some murk on it for sure.
But it's really good. It's just got that like nice hoppy character, not a lot of bitter, just super drinkable, super crushable with like a kind of fruity tropical hop finish. Just a super drinkable beer.
Nice.
I think we've had this on the show before. This is Humble Seas Socks and Sandals.
Have we? We had Humble Sea, but we haven't had that beer, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this label somewhere, and I thought it was like something on one of our shows. But wow, this is a double dry hopped foggy IPA. I think it's a double IPA as well. And holy shitballs, if you like Nelson, it is like that stanky Nelson kicked you in the teeth. It's so pungent. It's just ridiculously aromatic.
Is it cat pissy or no?
No,
that's what I get from
Nelson.
It is Nelson.
That's Simcoe, I thought.
Ah, shit. Yeah. I did it again. Dude, this is like the second time I've done it. You're right. It's Simcoe. Never mind.
Hey, you know what? It's your birthday. You get a pass.
It's
Nelson's, blueberry-ish, right?
No, it's like jet fuel, like diesel fluid with some like papaya seeds, like that sort
Nelson
of
to me
like
is always
overripe papaya.
Nelson to me is always diesel-y orange juice.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Like that is what I get
Yeah.
out of Nelson.
Yeah, all right.
It's like drinking an orange juice outside of a Love's travel center on the 101.
So, shall I? I moved
Yeah,
on.
do it.
What's yours? What got you? Okay, since we know you're looking for the art now, what got you on the art on this one?
Okay, so this is Smog City's Hazewell with Others. First off, I was just the name and like the font and the little characters popped out at me, and then I saw Smog City, and obviously like
That's an
I
easy
think
buy.
Smog City's great, yeah. So
And then
Yeah,
Mosaic,
they've gone through a bit of
Simcoe,
a
Euconaut.
rebranding over the last couple months. And
They just hit their 10-year anniversary today. 10 years is quite the feat in craft beer, especially in LA and stuff. It's quite a
and making it through the
amazing
last, making it through 2020. Yeah, that's
no
that's
joke.
awesome.
So this is a 6.4% hazy IPA, and you mentioned, Greg, it's a Mosaic, Simcoe, and you said Euconaut. I was going to ask you guys how that one's supposed to be
Euconaut.
pronounced.
You cannot pronounce it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was asking. I think they mentioned this one as being like a really like shareable, like soft finish, fluffy sort of hazy, and that's a description I would definitely use for it compared to the Captain Dynamite, which I wouldn't necessarily hold as like the highest standard. This is much softer, a lot more palatable in terms of just like easy drinking.
Cool.
Yeah, going back to this, it's got this like sort of like fruit stripe gum. You know that fruit stripe gum that has like the
Zebra stripe,
the
right?
powder on it? Yeah, it's got
So the
this,
flavor's
like,
already
powder
gone?
on it. No, it's super. It's like when you just put one in your mouth. It's got this nice, huge overripe papaya thing.
Just that
happening, like I
one
mentioned
brief
before.
moment when you first get a fruit stripe gum into your mouth before the flavor is gone on your second bite. It's just that beautiful moment of like, wow, this tastes amazing. Oh, it's gone. All the flavors
Exactly. No, this is super solid.
I opened a beer from Ommegang. This is called
Oh my god!
Neon Lights Hazy IPA.
Oh, I saw that one on the shelf.
This is this struck me as odd because I believe we mentioned it on the show. Ommegang, who is known for making more traditional, like true to style beers, like German and Belgian beers, they have since pivoted and gotten more into making beers that actually sell, like hazy IPAs and stuff.
I feel like the demand for Belgian anything is just dead.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's their gig, right? That's what they do.
Ommegang did 3 Philosophers, right?
Was it Ommegang?
Yeah,
I think isn't that Allagash? No, it's
North,
Ommegang.
or was it North Coast?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it might be North Coast. I think you're thinking of the Thelonious.
It's Ommegang. Yeah, it's 3 Philosophers.
That was okay. Yeah, I'm thinking
Thelonious
of
Monk.
That
North Coast.
Brothers Thelonious or whatever.
Yeah, no. The 3
Something like that.
Philosophers was like one of the first Belgian-y beers that I ever had, and I had that at West 4th and Jane in Santa Monica. So I very clearly remember when I got that. So to your point, yeah, like my association with Ommegang is Ommegang, whatever you want to go with it, is definitely that like Belgian-y sort of side of things.
It's time to change your perception because now they're embracing all the colors and the cans. Like I'm here for it. It's fine. Unfortunately, I didn't look at this can. It was best by April 12th. So I'm a little out of it on this one. I'll get back to that in a minute. Going back to my story that I told about the dude at Gerard's, when he walked up to me, he had a 4-pack from Ommegang of a different beer that looked just as like colorful and bright. And it said Hazy IPA on it. And he's like, I just picked this up because it looked good on the can and it says Hazy IPA. And I'm like, I go, dude, that brewery is known for making like really traditional styles. They just started making new stuff. I'm like, it'll probably be good. So give it a shot, but I can't vouch for it. And then that's when I handed him the Sierra Nevada hazy little thing. So I found it interesting that he was holding a 4-pack from Ommegang of their hazy IPA
Yeah.
that he would have never picked up if it was one of their, other traditional beers.
Hazy Little Thing is such
I was gonna say
Hazy-
accidental purchases are their core audience of like, oh,
Well,
that's a cool label.
it just shows how far label art can go to influence someone into buying their beer,
Marketing.
I think
Marketing.
Hazy Little Thing's such a perfect recommendation for that kind of buyer, though, because like if he decides he loves that, he can get it everywhere. He can get it at the grocery store, he can get it at the
Right.
gas station,
Yep.
and like nothing sucks worse than like I had some friends who really weren't into beer, and then we were like, "Hey, try this Consecration." They're like, "Wow, this is good. Where else do I get sours?" I'm like, "Well, that's a complicated question."
Well, that's why I said I gave him the beer from Sierra Nevada, and I said, if you like that, there's this other stuff from San Diego and LA that you can also try. And if you don't, then I actually even recommended a Goza to him, because I said it's not bitter at all. It's actually kind of tart and fruity, and different breweries can manipulate that style of beer in different ways with fruit and whatever adjuncts they want to put into it to make it really interesting and fun. So,
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so I'll pose a question for you for the show. This person came in and like they're like, I don't want to drink Heineken anymore. What should I get? I want a hazy IPA. Okay, fine. Hazies. We've talked. I feel like we've talked hazies to death, and we're going to keep talking about it. But let's pause on the hazy for a second. And if you had to recommend this person a non-hazy, like if you were going to go straight like IPA side of things, like what would that route be? Because that's kind of, I'm curious about that, because I feel like hazies are definitely like more palatable and they're the gateway. You start having it, you get a little more bitter and you work your way in. But assume hazies don't exist. Like where do you start?
I don't know that I do. I don't think I would start with IPA. It's a
I'd start with,
challenging style by nature, and I don't think it's a good way to run people off versus like jumping them straight to that. It's just kind of like being like, hey, which espresso shot would you give to somebody who's new to coffee? It's just like, look,
Okay,
that's a lot.
That's a good way.
yeah,
to
and the fact that he specifically asked for hazy is what made it easier for me. If he was posing the question like you put it, Tim, I would probably send him towards a tastier lager because he likes Heineken, but he's probably sick of drinking Heineken because Heineken's not that great. It's kind of thin, watery, and doesn't really taste like anything. So maybe something that is a lager or a Pils. I'd even give him a Bitburger. Like just say, this is still a mass market, big brewery beer. It's got a little more flavor and it's not bitter, and it's gonna I don't know, lead you in a different direction away from Heineken.
You know what came up in the chat a little bit ago? Lemonade brought it up, and someone else. Oh yeah, Ribs was in the chat also bringing up wheat beers used to be kind of that thing, right? Like you want to get out of lagers, you want to try something different, maybe a little bit more flavor. It was wheat beers, and like I feel like the bottom has just fallen out of wheat beer in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
Hazy has taken the spot of wheat beers.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like you might be able to find like a wit beer once in a while, but you're not going to find many hefts or other variants.
I mean, Hangar 24, to go local, built their entire brand off of an orange wheat beer.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
see that.
Yeah.
But with that beer, though, it's very citrus, like acidic forward than more than Belgian yeast forward. When you just recommend like a Hoegaarden or something like that, you have to get over that Belgian yeast hump because it's definitely a different flavor to your palate if you've never had it. Where with orange wheat from Hanger, you get hit up front with orange zest and
but
like orange fruit on the flavor, and it's a little easier to overcome and get into that style of beer.
But I'm saying wheat as a whole, not just wheat beer, but like literally American Hefeweizen, American wheat, like, German Hefeweizen, like those used to be your gateway styles. And I feel like just in general, just wheat beers are harder and harder and harder to find.
I will back you up on that too, because, my whole like story of like, I went to the pub with people that were much older than me during happy hour, and I just came out of college, and you can't just like go to happy hour and have like, because my goal in college was to drink to get drunk, etc., etc. And now it's like, oh, I have to be professional and have happy hour. And so it took me a little bit to like figure out what I could like participate in. And for me, Fat Tire always comes up, but also Pyramid Hefeweizen was my gateway.
Pyramid's
so,
a good.
I completely what you're saying is 100% accurate, but I think it's accurate as of 15 years ago.
Like, could you imagine a brewery today building their brand off of a wheat beer, like an orange wheat beer?
I mean,
like,
breweries are
as their
starting to build,
flagship.
Like
there are
Hanger
breweries
did,
building
yeah.
their brands off of lager, and lager seemed dead kind of for a while. So I don't know. Maybe it'll make a comeback at some point.
I don't know. My answer is a little bit different from you guys because I remember back into my early craft beer thing, and I did the whole thing.
Greg remembers when they first cultivated wheat. So
I was out there with the scythe, like in the fields, but I remember my first arrogant bastard sip, and it's like it dared you to drink it, and I thought, this is bitter as fuck, but the second time I had it, it was better. The third time I had it, it was better. My palate sort of acclimated to that bitterness, and the rest is history. So I would say to any new person would be to get the freshest IPA possible, download Untapped on your phone, look for the nearest brewery to your house, look for the highest rated IPA, and go get it.
Yeah, and I think it's that whole it's the whole adage. I think it's you have to try something. Is it 7 times? I can't remember the number, but there's a certain number of times you need to try something before you actually can say whether you like it or not.
It's a really good point because it's like that with food, right? I hated pickles up until I was 37.
Yep.
37 years old, 5 years ago. And now, I like having them on my hamburgers. I'm not going to eat a dill pickle whole, but I enjoy the flavor. And it took me forcing myself, putting it on food and appreciating that flavor to like it now. And now I enjoy it. It's the same with beer. IPA in and of itself is not good. Like if you've never had beer and you just drink IPA, you're like, this is fucking horrible. Why is anyone drink? That's my wife. And I'm just like, you're wrong. It's the best thing on the planet. Like it tastes so good. And
I want to say that I just want to imagine when you say that's my wife, that you are referring to IPA. Like you're like, how can anyone drink this? This is horrible. And you're like, don't you say that? This is my wife.
No, that's what my wife says about IPA.
Yeah, but it's funnier.
Same with mine.
But yeah, you have to acclimate to these flavors, and you have to force yourself to like them.
And this is I think winding back around to hazy and how it comes into the whole ecosystem of being a gateway. My wife's favorite beer has always been a Pacifico with extra lime or something like that. More like a Mexican lager. She started getting into sours and fruited sours and was into that, and that kind of blew my mind. And now we go out, and I'm like, oh. We went somewhere a couple weeks ago to a new brewery. I'll look it up and I'll bring it back because I can't remember. All Seasons. It's called All Seasons. It's in Mid City. They built this brewery out in an old Firestone tire place. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's a Brian Lenzo enterprise, I believe.
We built this city.
He does. God, I'm going blank here. The downtown Blue Palms and the brewery that he owns down there.
Arts District.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, is it that same? Okay.
That's Lenzo. Yeah.
Okay. So we went there, right? And I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this hoppy Italian Pilsner. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna get this hazy IPA. And I'm like, wait, what? And
dude.
And it's been growing. And since we went to Radiant a little while back and kind of introduced into that sort of zone, she's been looking. If we go out to have a place that has beer, that's the realm that she's going in, and I never would have expected that, and so that's the power I think of the whole
totally
gateway.
Dude, my wife has the gene of bitterness that she has a high aversion to any bitterness, so IPA is off the table. But last night she had a hazy IPA with I think it was some sort of black tea in it. It was great. And she drank the whole thing. And I was like, you just drank your first IPA.
I'm lucky. My girlfriend and I will be like, okay, there's one Swami's left. Who gets it? And it's well,
to be honest, I'm glad I don't have that problem. I can just take it.
Tim, as an Angelino, have you been to Imperial Western Brewing?
In the train station.
They're the one in Union Station.
Yes. Yes, we went there. We had a couple beers. We had chilaquiles. It was pretty. That feels like forever ago. But
They've only been open like 3 or 4 years.
I know
I want to
it was.
train there and go to check it out.
It's definitely at least
It's really cool.
a year and a half ago. It's a really cool spot. It's really like this. I mean, it's the architecture of the train station, which is always like fantastic.
It's
and
beautiful Art Deco.
I
want to
remember
go.
it being pretty
I want to
sick.
go in there. Did you see the whole thing about them restoring the ceiling at the train station?
No, that's
They
cool.
like basically they had the ornate wood ceilings, and in the middle it was just kind of these like dark kind of stripe patterns, and then they like got rid of all the like tar and soot and cigarette smoke, and it turns out it's this like red, yellow, green, like multicolored,
so-
like super ornate.
That's
It's
cool.
so funny you bring that up because on my iPhone, they do a thing where it's like, this thing 3 years ago or whatever. And we went to some event in downtown LA and I took pictures with my my camera of that same ceiling, not the part you're talking about with the stripes, but the part that's still like the ornate, like colorful part.
Right,
And
right.
It's by some windows. And I never got around to editing those photos. And so I was laying in bed this morning and I saw the photo. I'm like, oh, the shadows are really dark and the highlights were really bright. I'm like, I can make this photo look good. And I spent like, I don't know, 20 minutes editing photos from that event. And that was one of the photos of that ceiling from when we were at Imperial Western. That's so funny you brought that up. Yeah. And it's a really cool looking ceiling. Like the deco in there, like the way it's designed is like so cool. But that's really funny.
I was there for LA Beer Week. I think it was 2012, and I did a OC Beer blog post about it. And I had a Horizon 2012, or I think it's Horizon 202 camera. That's a swing lens reflex, 35 millimeter. So these really cool shots. I was looking for something of the interior, but no. Oh, there's
he's
one.
got his blog post up on the chat or on the
That's
the live
the
feed.
really
interior
beautiful
of the,
building.
the original ticket room. Yeah, that's that classic.
The ticket
Really cool.
room.
Excellent job. Way to tie it all together.
Yeah, dude.
So moving on, I think Tim was alluding to opening a beer from Beechwood.
Well, I was just going to
Brewery?
check. I looked at your order. I didn't want to throw your order off.
That's what I just opened.
No, let's do it.
I know we have one together, so I wanted to make sure.
I bought the same one.
Yeah, this is a cloud simulator from Beechwood Brewery, and this is a 6.6% hazy IPA with they don't say on the can. Oh no! Somebody check Untapped for me.
I got it. It's right here. One sec. Cloud Simulator. Citra and Sabrina.
Sabrina.
It's raining juice.
Citra and Sabrina sounds like a sitcom about a Citra hop. Like,
So again, pretty sick like gradient going on here. I'm pretty sure. So I was in Total Wine with my son, and I'm pretty sure he actually picked this one out in terms of like the color pattern. So I gave him that. Oh, you
It
got a
looks
much better
cool.
picture.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad. That the like blue to pink gradient is pretty sweet.
I feel like that's something I could design, like with my limited knowledge. Not that I'm dissing the designer of this, like, but it looks like something that, yeah, it's really basic and simple, but yet striking and eye catching. Looks really cool. A lot of pink and blue and yellow. Yeah,
Exactly.
It's different from a lot of Beechwood labels. I'll say that too.
Well, and then like going down the hierarchy, I was like, okay, this is the IPA section. This can looks sweet. Oh, hey, Beechwood. Cool. I got it. I don't even care. Like, I didn't even look at the style. Didn't matter. I just
hoppy
like,
beer
cool.
from Beechwood. Like, honestly, any beer from Beechwood's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
This beer's from April, and the nose is still jumping out of the glass. This comes off really like pithy citrus, like just
Very pithy, right?
Jason, you're showing us a Swami's can.
It's not working
Looking
so
at
I
well.
can't read it. Canned on something. It's very
April.
blurry.
What are you doing, Jason?
420,
420,
baby. Cheers.
Okay.
Nice.
This was canned on 4/8, which is not a cool date.
Wow.
So.
No 420 can.
No.
This beer is
Unfortunately.
thick. For a 6.6.
What do you think of the aroma on this beer, Greg?
I'm trying to figure out what a Sabrina hop smells like because it brings something fresh to the style. It's not something I've had or smelled before, but
It
it's
comes off
sort of like this. I was gonna say like ripe stone fruit.
Yeah, definitely. Very bright.
Sabrina
on
hop
the-
does not bring up anything about the actual
Nectarini.
hop.
Yeah, when you search for Sabrina hop on Google, it is just
Uh-oh.
a bunch of no, it's like random stuff.
There's
like
a show or
Sabrina's
game or
Secret Life
something?
at the Hop. Yeah, like I don't. No idea. It's made up hop. Sabrina hop's
Wow.
made up.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
he made
speaking
it
of
up.
that dude that I talked to at Gerard's, I should have recommended this, knowing what I know now, because wow, this is just all kinds of like really bright stone fruit on the nose, and just it's super clean, almost no bitterness. I mean, maybe my palate's been influenced by the last few beers, and not tasting the bitterness, but from what I can tell, it's just. It's very much like juice. It's
Nectarines.
Yep, I'm getting very little bitterness off of this.
Do you think that the copy editor like typed Sabro and their shit got autocorrected and then like they just didn't know any better and so the can went to print and now it's
Maybe.
too late? They just got to ride with it.
Is it on the can though? Like, I don't think it's on the can.
Huh.
It
Yeah,
doesn't say it on the can. It's just on what you're reading on Untapped. So that could be wrong.
That would be pretty fucking funny. I'm trying to. Oh, yep, nope. You're absolutely right. It is a typo on Untapped. Is we're all like, "What's the Sabrina hop?"
Who's gonna edit it? Who's gonna
Sabro
edit it?
hop.
I'm on it.
Sabro.
Do I still have editing
Sabro?
rights? I don't even know
You
if I still have
should.
editing rights.
Dude, if they took that away, I will protest.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be completely honest.
The chat is like,
It's
yeah, it's Sabro.
One thing I learned from
I feel like
Ah,
it
bro.
is.
I was an Untapped supporter for the last, I don't know, since you guys started doing it.
Mhm.
And this year they like stopped that if you're a moderator. Like you can't be a moderator and an Untapped supporter because that's
Yeah. Well,
not cool. So
new people in charge.
well, I'll save my $50 a year. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, this beer is I think it's
Oh, hey, I
fantastic.
can get it.
Super like fruity on the nose.
ATIP with
And
Citra and Sabro hops. All right, done.
Fixed.
Oh, but I had to suggest the edit. Oh,
you're a plebe now.
oh, how the mighty have fallen.
You can't go straight to the database and actually edit the files.
Oh, but it went through. Cool. All right, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweet.
It's already fixed.
It looks like it. I refreshed and it says
It's
Sabro now.
Fixed on my screen.
One complaint I have about this beer is it seems a little on the thick side for my palate. Like getting through a pint and drinking another would probably be a no.
I don't know if it comes off thick for me.
Like if you look at it in the glass, it even looks like there's a layer of like the like a clear layer on top of the beer.
Yeah. No.
No.
It feels heavy on my tongue. I'll give you that. And
Like-
I drinking
You
it
see,
like it's pretty solid up front, but I don't know. Like you said, I don't know that I would necessarily go back for another.
I don't know, man.
It's a thick boy. It's like drinking juice.
I wish Jason had this beer because
It's the one time I don't have a Beechwood beer. I'm drinking Wild Fields over here. I'm out here in the fields.
all alone in the
So
field.
wow.
I'm over here dry hopping. You don't stop.
Nice.
Bone and a rock and a show shot.
Dude, I'm listening to a podcast about the history of the Beastie Boys right now. Super fucking good.
What platform is that on? Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify.
All right,
The,
cool. Check it out.
The No Dogs in Space podcast, which is one of the last podcast network ones. It's their music show, and they're doing one about the Beastie Boys. It's really good.
Sweet.
Third episode's just like we're just gonna lay groundwork on set the scene on the music going on at the time. Like they talk about this group called the Treacherous Three, hip hop group of the era. And if you hear Treacherous Three, you're like, oh, that's totally the like call and response flow that the Beastie Boys have is super influenced by Treacherous Three. Really good if you like the Beastie Boys at all. Because they were a hardcore punk band. that then
those
like
boys.
discovered hip hop, and they were like, "This seems cool."
I grew up.
There was a
I
little
grew up
bit
listening to Beastie Boys.
Yeah, there was more to it involved in that, like when they got involved with Rick Rubin and like they wanted them to make a specific style or have a specific sound that would sell. But the documentary they did that Apple TV put out, I don't know if that's available to the public now or if it's still an Apple TV exclusive.
Still haven't seen it.
It's really, really good. Like it's worth getting Apple TV free for 3 months to check out, and then canceling your subscription.
The nice thing with the No Dogs in Space pod being on Spotify is they're allowed to use all the music, so they play like full tracks all through it
That's cool.
of all the different reference artists and stuff. So
that's a bonus to being on a network that pays for music. Yeah.
right, yeah.
The Clash documentary on Spotify was really good too. Oh, sorry.
Going back to the Beachwood Cloud Simulator, like this is the winner of the day next to Swami's. Like, as far as hazies go, I think this is really, really good. I've got one more, but I don't think it's going to top this.
All right. Well, then I've got two more, but if everybody's only got one, then I need help figuring out which way I should go.
I have one more beer I got to get to after this dry hop. You don't.
Whatever
stop.
one has the best can art, we'll judge based off of that.
All right.
I have well,
then that's an easy call. All right. So I got hazy or today's hazy by Dust Bowl.
All
It's
right,
pretty
that
straightforward,
sounds
pretty
interesting.
simple, like just a yada 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 color some clouds. But I also have Safety Porpoise from Top
Safety
of Goliath.
Porpoise.
If you're going by label,
I'm saying Dust Bowl.
Yeah,
wins.
I'm going Safety Porpoise. Look at that.
My
They got
goal-
helmets. They've got little
my vote-
helmets.
My vote
John's-
is Dust Bowl.
John's got to be the tiebreaker here.
Dust Bowl. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Wow, overruled.
Because we've been there and we did,
Toppling Goliath, you know what you're going to get.
Real quick, I want to talk a little bit about this Wildfields beer.
please do.
This is a really fucking solid West Coast IPA. It's an Imperial IPA. It is 8.5. So is my next beer. So RIP my afternoon. This has Motueka, Citra, and Simcoe, and it is just a super like classic old school style West Coast IPA. It's not crazy bitter, but it's just really well done. Tons of aroma, tons of hop character.
Dude, from somebody who brewed at Pizza Port, I think he knows how to make a proper IPA.
Yeah, this is really fucking good. Like this is an S tier IPA, West Coast IPA. So
An
Wildfields S tier, that's top, S, then you have
S?
A, B, C.
I didn't know S.
S is top
before.
tier,
Follow
man.
that.
What alphabet is this?
That's gamer talk.
S tier? Yeah. I have my house on Animal Crossing is S tier.
Yeah, like
I am
you-
so out of the loop.
You have gaming like tier lists, and then
I've been gaming for like 30 years. I've never heard that.
Really?
you see it in like fighting games and stuff more, but like yeah, man. So like it'll be like tier list. So it'll be like who are the best fighters to use in Street Fighter 5, and then like S tier is these guys for this reason, and then A, and then and fun YouTube recommendation.
I will
Go
agree.
go to
will agree
Tier
that
Zoo.
Captain Crunch is definitely S tier.
That's right. Tier Zoo, by the way, is also great because they just rank animals this way. They'll be like, yeah, and rhinos are OP because they spec really heavy in defense, and they're doing really well on the desert servers. And like, it just Tier Zoo on YouTube
That's so
is
good.
really fun.
Oh, damn.
All right. Well, it was 2-1, so this Dust Bowl's coming up.
You can do
we
a
know
bonus
Dust
beer.
Bowl.
Yeah, you can do a bonus beer if you want. So, but Dust Bowl, like they've treated us kindly, and honestly, their beers, if they're going to put it out in a can, like it's going to be good. Famous
Or it
last
could be
words.
complete garbage. Who knows? It looks juicy.
It looks not my kind of haze, but
We can
okay.
compare the orange here. Let's compare the orange to my cat here. It's, pretty close.
Your cat's definitely it's more wall than cat.
Your
Yeah,
cat
that's-
is S tier.
What are you doing? Stop.
He's like, fuck
like-
you.
I'm
Pretty
just
much.
cleaning myself. God damn.
Oh,
My next beer, I got a beer that it's going on 3 months old, but I really liked the can art. It's a beer from Topa Topa. This is the Pink Boots Women's Day IPA. So this is a beer they brewed in collaboration with the Pink Boots Society.
That is sick. I love
top
that.
level.
Isn't that a
That is
cool
top
can?
tier.
That can
Like-
is sweet.
It's basically it's the bottom of a boot, and on the outs, like the perimeter, it says Pink Boots Society, and then it's got little like X's to show the tread, and it says Women's Days IPA in the middle. So it's hard to describe, but it looks really cool.
Topa Topa is, I have not been to their brewery, but it was really interesting. I can't place how many years back because I'm going to be horrible with timelines, but God, like 5 years maybe. I don't remember exactly when, but there was a point at which there was like nothing in Ventura County, and then just all like you had like Surf and Anacapa. Those were the two breweries that existed in Ventura, right? And then
I believe Topa Topa is formerly Stone Brewers.
I think so.
From what I remember. So.
Yeah, but it was like just out of nowhere when the boom happened. You had like 5. It felt like every couple months there was a new brewery popping up in that area. You had Topa Topa, you had Made West, you had Institution. I'm sure I'm missing the Casa Agria. There's a few more there that I don't remember off the top of my head. But it was just like out of nowhere, they just showed up. And I've had a few beers from Topa Topa in that area. Their Chief Peak IPA is pretty solid. And yeah, so they were definitely one of the like first in the boom when that area started blowing up.
Yeah,
I believe their head brewer has a lineage to Stone, so they came in with some experience. It wasn't just a home brewer going pro; it was a person who left Stone to start their own thing.
And I'm pretty sure they have multiple locations. I think they were one of those Ventura County places that expanded up to Santa Barbara.
It seems like kind of the move up in the Central Coast where they're just like, why don't we all put a tasting room in the college town? And they're like, great idea.
Done and done.
It looks like Ventura and Ojai actually, which is also very interesting.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah. So according to this, I'm seeing like they're in Ventura, Oxnard, and Ojai. So they did not do the expansion up to Santa Barbara yet. It looks like, but oh nope, they did. Here it is. I just didn't search right. So yeah, so they're up there in like the Funk Zone area. So yeah, I agree. It seems like a lot of those places made that jump from like Ventura County, like Figueroa Mountain. I think they started in Ventura County, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they've got a pretty big place.
Fig Mountain, their first
San Luis.
location was in was in Buellton.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's where
yeah.
their major brewery is.
Yeah. And then they were like, we have our main production facility here in the middle of nowhere where we just get Firestone runoff, and maybe we should put a tasting room where people are.
Yeah, hold on. So Max Power in chat, he's talking about the Funk Zone. I don't know if you guys, obviously, I feel like everybody's been up to Santa Barbara at least once, but there's an area in Santa Barbara called the Funk Zone, which is like where all the wine tasting rooms and a handful of breweries and like some pretty
Some
cool
distilleries,
stuff is. Yeah, some distilleries and some pretty solid restaurants. It's just like it's like a 4 or 5 block span, and you just go up there and you get schmasty.
Schmasty?
Schmasty. I like schmasty, dude.
Get a little wet in the drawers.
Like yeah, there have been some pretty crazy times up there.
Nice. So I opened my last beer. It's from Belgian down there in old San Diego. Belgian's known for their hazy IPA, and it's usually a strong purchase for me. It's funny enough, I bought all hazy IPAs.
Juice Press IPA, by the way. Yeah.
Juice Press. Yeah, it's a 6.7, 6.8. Pretty simple can art. It's let's see how it is. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, going back to my Women's Day IPA from Topa Topa. This one's a little on the older side. It was canned February 4th, so it could probably be better, but it still holds up pretty well. I'm getting some like vanilla notes on this, on the nose and on the flavor. Not too bitter. Little like light fruitiness. I can't find any details about this beer online, and I've been looking this whole time while you guys were talking. So, but for what it is, it's really good. And again, the can art, it's just top notch. And Topa Topa, I haven't had a bad beer from them once. Like they're just like one of the like a go-to brewery. If you're like, you can get them at Sprouts as well too.
Mm-hmm. They're really
widely available.
I'm pretty sure that their distribution is through Stone, Stone's distribution channel.
That would make sense. Yeah,
that would tie it in. And they started getting out there for sure.
So my last beer, guys, is not an IPA. I broke the format.
I mean, it sort of is.
Kind of is. It is a hoppy beer. It is a hoppy Belgian style ale. So this one, in honor of John's birthday. So when I very first started meeting and hanging out with John, I would run into him at the brewery. We would go to the brewery like Friday, Saturday nights, or I would run into you guys and you'd be like, hey, we're out here too. And that's when I first met you and Steven and like the New Brew Thursday crew. And then I happened across this at the store, which I haven't seen in a while, the Brewery's Mischief in 4-pack cans.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite
hoppy
beers
Belgian
from the brewery.
style ale. And I was like, you know what? If this is a John birthday show, Brewery Mischief is a beer that reminds me of John. So cheers to John. Happy birthday, my dude.
Thanks, Jason.
Birthday.
I think I still have some Mischief in my closet.
Are we doing John origin stories now?
The secret origin of John.
You guys just lay on the praise, like how you met me and how awesome I am. And
you are purely awesome. You're top of the charts here.
I am.
I mean, I remember reaching out like when Greg and I were starting Untapped, and we were like, we need some private beta users. And I don't even remember how I came across New Brew Thursday. I'm not even sure. I think I saw it somewhere on Twitter from like someone else. And
I don't know how anyone did. The show just took off.
But yeah, like I remember reaching out to. I'm pretty sure I went directly to you, and I was like, hey, we're starting this thing, and we need some people to test it out.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I think you probably went through Steven first.
Maybe.
Because he was the guy that handled everything with New Brew Thursday. I just made the videos and stuff, and he handled everything else, like like dealing with people and breweries and whatnot. I would make a video, I'd give it to him, and then he would upload it and like do the blog posts and stuff.
If we had to go the route of like what Jason's doing with like beers that first beers that remind us, I mean, they don't even make fucking Infinium anymore, but that was the first thing I think we ever had together because we did.
Yeah, I would associate with you too. Yeah, because like it was
and sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah, because that was a beer that when it came out, Infinium from Sam Adams, that was like the whale beer to get, even though it was pretty easy to get. Like, but still, it was like literally a champagne beer. We had that when you were on the show at Library Ale House.
Yep.
And Dr. Bill was there. It was a whole thing.
I was there.
It was raining, and Jason was also there for that.
Yeah, one of the first times I kind of met it. I had maybe met the New Brew Thursday dudes one or two times, but that was kind of like a, hey, all these guys are going to be here, the Untapped guys, the New Brew Thursday guys. And I remember driving, and it was horrible rain.
Oh yeah,
like my Scion TC hydroplaned like a good 15 times on the way home, where I'm just like white knuckling the steering wheel, like, oh god, don't go to the wall. I remember the way home from that was like, holy shit, I'm gonna die for this rain.
Yep. I remember. I think I met everybody New Brew Thursday at Bootleggers anniversary. One of their
probably. My first
fourth.
interaction with you, Greg, was when you came over to my house to do an episode to promote FerkFest. And
I knew Steven probably before you then.
You did, definitely. Yeah. Because you came over, and then Steven, like Steven's real loose. Like he just says whatever's on his head. And he's talking about FerkFest and so FerkFest, you better be giving us free tickets, Greg, because we're promoting your event. And I'm just like, don't say that, dude. Like, of course we're gonna get in, but don't say that. But yeah, and then I think after like NBT ended, I gave you a book of all of photos,
like a
I
photo.
think it was it wasn't the first one, or was it the first one?
It was the first one. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it was the first one. So yeah, that's my memory of Greg and like FerkFest. So
I didn't meet Greg till he was in for Brewers, and I was like, I don't know, Harvey Dent, can we trust him? And then I found out there were stairs in your house, and I was like, oh, okay, we're fine.
Yep, we're blood.
Greg is protected.
I feel like
Dragonage.
I don't know that I necessarily like had any sort of like relationship with you until Four Brewers, but I think we connected via like your blog or something way back in the day with like Untapped stuff.
Probably like OC Beer Blog was pretty big back in the day, and like,
Dude, it's coming on
I
10
mean-
years. 10 years in July. That seems crazy.
like
to
you
me.
don't do anything for OC Beer Blog now. It's pretty much just
No, I posted
publications and stuff.
yeah, it's tough when you get paid and once
No,
you get
no,
paid to go back
more
and
power
do
to you.
free stuff on your own blog. What's cool is I still could keep it up just in case, I have something on my mind I want to get off my chest and I don't feel like having an editor and I don't feel like waiting for somebody else to post it. It's just like I have this platform and I can post whatever the hell I want when I want. I can say exactly what I want to say. So
Yeah.
that's why I still have it around.
Well, you guys, thanks for getting all the IPAs for me today. I had fun.
Anytime. You don't have to thank for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, what else could I ask for? Like, I guess all loggers, but that'd be kind of boring, I guess. We'd have to do more bullshitting.
Dude, there's
I guess.
my boxer thing right now.
What about your bucks?
My Bach. It's made. You can get my Bach right now.
How's that mischief, Jason?
Dude, I'm so jealous. I like that
It's
beer.
actually pretty fucking good. I found it at Sprouts of all places. I was just like, hey, a 4-pack of brewery cans at the grocery store. Imagine 5 years ago hearing that.
Yeah, right.
That's a big no.
My in the chat, Miles from Normal says they came across NBT watching Brewing TV, which I don't know if we ever did anything with Brewing TV. Maybe it was like a recommended thing. Brewing TV is like one of my inspirational like video podcasts from back in the day that like got me into like making my NBT episodes better. Chip Walton is the fucking man. So
Yeah, those
if
guys,
somehow
I still follow those guys.
yeah, if somehow they came across us by watching Brewing TV, then that's awesome.
And look where you've come today with your crazy setups and your demanding of high quality audio.
Well, we sit on the internet and talk to each other and
Jason,
record it.
Jason, I can hear your fan. Turn it off.
I can still hear the fan.
But it's warm. But it's warm in here.
Oh,
I try my best to cut out the noise, but
I'm saying, obviously I'm saying it all in fun because obviously like this whole show is fantastic and such good quality because you are leading it and doing all the work. So
thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I need you guys to do the show as well because like if it was just me, it would be horrible.
Hey guys,
I don't
John
know.
here.
Does anyone want to listen to John for an hour talk about beer?
I don't want to listen to me for an hour talk. That's bad.
I mean, have you watched your personal like your quick reviews on Instagram?
Yeah. What, dude? What do you?
He edits them.
They're
Yeah.
very highly edited. I guess you're saying I should edit them more, Tim.
I'm just kidding.
John just 45 minutes into his 1 hour solo show, and he's like, I got some opinions about Modoc. How come he floats?
Is
MODOK
MODOK that new square face thing?
Yeah.
Oh, why did you bring that up? Why is that a thing? It just freaks
It's a
me
real
out.
fucking stupid character from Marvel. Like,
Oh God.
my buddy put it, Jack Kirby was tired of drawing bodies. So he just made a big square face.
Wait, hold on. How do you
floating
spell
around.
that? I'm trying to Google.
MODOK.
Yeah, Modoc.
It's
Wait.
all over my like
Hold
Twitter
on.
feed, and it freaks me out. I don't know. Maybe I'll get into it. I
Isn't
just
that really
recently
funny?
got into reading comics. So
Isn't that just the brain guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Kind of. It predates it, though. Yeah, they just released a series of Modoc on Hulu, and it stars Patton Oswalt as Modoc. It's very Robot
I can see
Chicken-y.
that being pretty cool.
Like it's done in that Robot Chicken stop motion animation style, and the humor I think is very similar too. And Seth Green's an executive producer, so I think the same people are making it. But
Excellent.
it's really funny actually. I watched like 3 episodes. It's good.
maybe I
are
should
we-
check it out. I don't know.
I don't know where.
You guys, thanks for hanging out on my birthday. Thanks for buying the IPAs for me, and
oh man, of course. Happy birthday, John.
I look forward to many more episodes of 4B with you guys.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Okay, you can stop recording.
All right, not it wasn't. You brought up have you guys heard of Startup on Netflix?
Startup.
It's just called Startup.
I remember
no.
a podcast called that. Is
Yeah.
it based off
It's
that?
Ron Perlman and oh god, I'm just blanking on his name. That guy, he was in the OC and
Oof.
Did not watch
but
the
not,
OC.
yeah, no, I can't
Colin
remember his name
Hanks.
now. No, but anyway, you should check it out. It's actually we've been watching it. It's really fucking good. Like it's not at all what you expect it to be. It's like when we went into it, like, oh, startup. It's like this dude and like a cryptocurrency startup, and it just goes down this rabbit hole of like gang wars and like dirty cops, and it's
Okay.
really good. It was produced by Crackle, and it's like it's old. I don't know how old. I think like 6 years old maybe. But there's 3 seasons, and Netflix just like put it out recently, and we've been watching it, and it's like really good. Like there's a twist and turn almost all the time.
You ever watch Ozark?
What?
You ever watch Ozark on Netflix?
I have not. I know it's fantastic, and I love Jason Bateman, but I have not watched it.
I don't normally like Jason Bateman's like he does a lot of like that Ben Stiller like awkward situation humor.
Mm-hmm.
But this show
You know what you're getting with Jason Bateman, pretty much.
But this show works really well. It's not funny.
No, it's
Ozark
totally
is not a comedy at all, but it's really good.
So that's funny because somebody else, I think, I don't know who or if I read it somewhere, but Ozark came up in a relation to the startup show, which is kind of funny that you mention it.
The way you're like, yeah, it starts with this, and then it kind of becomes this whole thing with all this. You're like, oh yeah, that kind of happens with Ozark. What's this? Memory Lane?
This is a blog post I did for the Bootleggers anniversary party in 2012, and I shot it all on Polaroid for some reason.
I liked that blog post. That was really cool. There's a picture of, I think, me and Yvonne. Oh, yeah, that's Steve. And yeah.
Steve.
Where's that? There's definitely one of me and Yvonne. There it is, right there. Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah, that's John Holzer. You look a little bit toasty.
Yvonne's so pretty.
Back before Yvonne got sick and tired of going to beer shit with you.
She just doesn't like beer. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, yeah, just, you go to a few of them not liking beer and you're just emotional support. Eventually it's like, this is your thing.
Yeah. That was such a good time, man. Oh, man. What's up with this guy these days?
Tyler's a woodworker selling high-end furniture to startups that have a lot of money.
Wow, good for him.
He makes good furniture too. I almost bought a coffee table from him, and that was like $400. But
is his brewery still doing stuff, or did that kind of go away?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Guys, this is crazy. I name all my shows 4B_ like the month name and the day. And I just tried to name it, and it was like, do you want to replace the file? And it's from last year.
What? Wow.
That just blew my mind.
You got to be over 1 year. Oh, well, no. This is like probably like 1 year anniversary of recording remote, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, no, I have May 9th is the first recording I have.
So you just haven't deleted your... Okay, yeah.
I just save them all in the same place, but I was like, I just tried to save it right now. I was like, do you want to override? I'm like, wait, what?
Jason, have you noticed my headphones?
I mean, no. They look flat. What kind of headphones? Are those the Apple ones?
That. They are
I thought
flat.
you'd say something early on. Yeah. I bought AirPods Max.
Is that what those fucking things are?
Yeah, that's what they are.
You're such a...
Why do they brand them AirPods? They're
fanboy.
like complete headset. It seems
Did
weird to brand them
Did
AirPods.
you get some fucking Apple tiles or whatever the hell they're called?
Wow, you guys are just spewing the hate. Yes, I did.
Of course you did. Of course, Apple came out with something and John bought it.
I'm saying, John,
Hey.
you just need to subscribe and save. They're just going to take $200 a month out of your account.
No,
And
I
you
got
get-
these financed for $100 a month. So I'll pay them off in September
Jesus
or something.
Christ. What?
How are they?
Yeah, they're $550.
Jesus Christ. What are you going to...
And they are the most comfortable headphones I've ever worn. And they sound great.
I don't know. These Sennheiser or whatever I have are pretty damn
Yep.
comfortable.
I love my Audio Technicas, like my AT50Xs, but after wearing these and putting these back on, like these headphones just, I mean, I'm probably going to go back to these because they're definitely more comfortable for short-term use, but I also have some Bose QC35-2s that I bought 4 or 5 years ago. Problem with those was the inner cups, like my ears would touch the inside of the headphones, and after like 3 hours of wearing them,
I got these.
my ears would like have pain. And the only thing that hurts after wearing these is where my glasses touch my head because the cups touch, the stems of my glasses, and that's it.
I can see that being a problem.
If I didn't wear glasses, these would be great. I could wear these all day. They are so
Nice.
comfortable.
I have worn these all day. Like I'll do like job interviews and stuff. The mic goes on and then I use these, and they're good. They're $80.
Glasses are a big factor with, like, I want to kind of get wire rim glasses just for watching TV and stuff at home, so they can like be as low profile as possible, because having big thick plastic stems with like over your headphones just doesn't work.
Yeah, but then you don't look as good. That's the important thing.
That's
You
right.
guys, I just bought a new sound bar, like a sound bar surround sound setup, the Vizio Elevate thing. And I'm like really mixed with it. It sounds really good for like surround sound movie content. It like differentiates the space way better. But for music, like the old one sounds better. My old Sony home theater in a box I bought in 2010.
I think when it comes to music, unless you're playing like 5-1 or whatever, 7-1 music, like stereo just sounds good. I have an old Pioneer receiver that I bought in 2002 that I still use. I had to buy a new subwoofer because like the electronics were going out, and so it was like making this really low frequency, like boom, 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 boom kind of sound, like when nothing was playing. But
that was
it
just
still
danger
sounds
music.
fine.
There was a serial killer outside your house.
It sounds fine, and when I'm listening to music, it sounds way better in stereo than it does in like the most it does is Pro Logic. That's how dated this thing is. Like it's Dolby Pro Logic, which is like the archaic form of
I got
Dolby.
the Vizio Atmos setup that has the on the sound bar. It has speakers that are forward and then they tilt upward when they have Atmos content to give you the upper channel, and then the rear.
They physically move.
Yeah, like literally the last like this like 6 inches of the sound bar like will tilt up.
That's
Interesting.
To
Wow.
go give you up channels if you have up channels, but if you don't have up channels, it'll just point forward, so it makes everything sound better. And watching, like, I watched the intro of Baby Driver, the initial car chase, and it was like, oh, it sounds dope in the Vizio thing. But then watching music and stuff, like music streams, I'm like, the old one is like way louder and bassier, and it sounds better for music. And I'm like, do I need to just abandon all this shit and buy like $2,000 worth of fucking
Can you add a
bookshelf
sub?
speakers?
Does it have like a sub?
It
output?
has a gigantic sub, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you guys. I had a bounce, but happy birthday, John. I hope
Cheers,
the rest of
bro.
your afternoon goes well. Thanks, guys. Good seeing you all. I will catch you later.
Later, bud.
Bye, Tim.
See ya.
Before we carry on, I should also mention Kyle from the chat. He subscribed at Tier 1 on Twitch for 17 months in a row. Wow.
No.
Thanks, Kyle. That's freaking dope. And that's it. I want to make it a point to recognize these people on Twitch that give us their Prime subs or whatever, because
Yeah, for sure.
that's money in our pocket.
Money.
Also, somehow, despite us just being a drunken mess today, or at least me personally,
What?
I just feel like I'm a drunken mess today, but we have like 15 people watching, which is more than we usually get. So thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it. This
Now we have nothing
Casa
to talk
Agria,
about.
dude. Casa Agria is my seriously, I want to go buy more of this. It's so good. It's rare when I fall in love with a hazy IPA, and this is like
Yeah, no, that's pretty high praise.
so good. So good.
Yeah.
The version's really thin.
Really?
I didn't really talk about it. Yeah, it was sort of like, how have you ever had like low sugar orange juice?
Yeah.
And it's like sort of like watered down orange juice instead of.
It's like
just,
Diet Coke compared to regular.
Yeah,
regular
it's
Coke,
like
right?
it seems like
Yeah.
a diet version of a hazy IPA. That's just like a step lower than what I'm used to. It's kind of thin, but tasty.
That Pink Boots beer from Topo Topo was surprisingly good for it being, almost 4 months old. Well, 4+ months old. So,
That's kind of amazing, yeah.
but still, Swami's. God, I was walking around the cold box in Gerard's, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. I checked the date. It was canned 4/23, so it's a month old, and it's my favorite IPA right now.
I need a palate cleanser, so I'm gonna have some Hawaiian ginger seltzer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out visiting my mom yesterday, and I picked up some Natter Days. Natter Days.
Natter Days. Natter Days.
You can't buy Natter
Natter
Days in
Days.
Orange County for whatever reason. So it was like popped
do
in.
you not have
Staters.
Stater Brothers out there? Yeah.
I mean, there is, but they're not in Anaheim. Like I'd have to go to Tustin or something.
Oh shit, that's really far for you.
I'll be right back.
Actually, it is pretty far. I remember I was driving to where the fuck was I going? Oh yeah, I had to go to Santa Ana. Oh, when I was buying that the last podcast branded vapes. I went to Santa Ana and I was like, this is far. You gotta get all the way over on the 55. Fuck this.
You bought some vapes?
Yeah.
Oh, vapes. Okay, not
Yeah. THC vapes, my friend.
Right. Yeah, the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They,
my buddy does the weird vapes. That dude last night he was smoking some shit that smelled like caramel corn. I was like, dude, of all the things to be smoking, caramel corn probably the worst thing to be putting in your lungs.
It is just diacetyl.
Caramel corn. Oh yeah, it's diacetyl and just bad caramel flavors. Oh God.
Yeah, I don't get the
Gross.
point of vaping if you're not going to get, an effect out of it.
Well, he smoked for fucking 30 years, so
I
it kind of does a step up.
At least the smell
Cool
goes
lady.
away with a vape. Like, it may not be super pleasant to have somebody with like bubblegum flavored vapes next to you, but at least it doesn't stick to your clothes and shit.
Yeah, at Hamilton Family Brewery, like we're on the outskirts of all the tables. Like there was nobody on one side of us, and he was hitting his vape, and security, like within 10 seconds, was like, "Excuse me, you can't vape right here. You have to go in the smoking area." So that was kind of dope. It was pretty well ran. A lot of fucking people though. It was crowded.
So I bought a beer that I meant to put on the show, but didn't because it was kind of weird. So it's a beer that is made by Amarok Brewing in collaboration with Cerveceria Mundial, and it was brewed and canned at Tortuga Brewing in Inglewood. It's a Belgian IPA. That's it.
A Belgo IPA? I haven't heard of a Belgo IPA in 10 years.
Yeah, that's why I bought it.
La
I meant to
Freak?
put it on the show, but I didn't. So we're going to try it right now. And from reading what it says in the can, Belgian grain and yeast, American hops, perfectly balanced.
Excuse me.
So I think Amarok is a home brewer. Yeah, they're a home brewer that got Tortuga to brew their beer for them and put it on the market. So it's got to be good, right? I mean,
you never know if a homebrew recipe is going to scale up or
that's what it
the
looks
ingredients
like.
that they get.
Little tiny bit of haze on it. I think it's more of a chill haze or
Like a deep
natural
pull.
haze. Oh, it smells good. You get that Belgian yeast character. A little bit of a weedy, like grassy thing.
Bio break.
Citrus. little bit of like a paper note. How fresh is this? This is 2 months old.
Paper on 2 months.
Well, I think it's more of a product of the yeast than anything else. Like it's a Belgian-y kind of thing.
Is good.
Good. It's very clean. It's bitter. Yeah, it's good. I like it. There's not much to speak of on the flavor for the like as far as any kind of fruit or it tastes Belgian. Like you get some like I don't know, some fruity Belgian yeast character on the flavor, but
Wonder what yeast they used.
it's pretty crushable for what it is. I was expecting something that's like thicker. You know what I mean? Like you hear Belgian IPA and well, at least I think under fermented or like using too many like crystal malts to where it's hard to drink a whole can of it. It's not the case with this. This is pretty good.
We have a cute animal party happening in our chat.
How did this happen?
I think Kyle posted a bunch of dogs yawning or something. Oh, my dog. Instead of oh, my dog.
My doggy.
It's
Oh, my
dog.
doggy. Oh, my doggy, doggy, dog.
I like the cat with the pink hoodie. That's rad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're bigger on this monitor. I see. Okay.
Frankers.
Ribs with, thank you for the happy birthday. Appreciate that.
Yeah, Kyle's our first. He's a founding member.
Miles from Normal. Miles from Normal. Explain that name.
I don't know, man. It's cool to have some viewers on Twitch.
For
It's like
sure.
an unexpected consequence. Yeah, we're gonna meet up with Cambria on Monday or tomorrow, right?
Yeah, at 6, right?
Mm-hmm. We should go live on
I don't know if
Twitch.
you want to talk about it now, but like, what does she want to know? Just how to use?
She just wants to know, like, she's very confused on the platforms and what her goal is.
Okay.
I don't know what their goal is. And I said, YouTube is probably your best evergreen spot to keep all of your end result stuff, but it never hurts to broadcast to multiple things. Like, you never know if you get a following, you do like a happy hour with all of your brewery fans and you're live on Twitch once a week. I'd watch that and have some beers or something.
Cool. I mean, I just want to hang out with Cambria. Like,
yeah, right.
So
Yeah, she's a good friend.
I think if you look right now, we're about 50-50. YouTube, actually, a couple just dropped, but we were pretty close. For all 5 of our watchers.
the Bears have gone back to go. I'll go back to that. Go, Greg. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that Cambria just wants like a live tutorial on StreamYard and live streaming in general. And I think this is a pretty good platform to show it off.
It's pretty basic. I have a couple little things that I did to make it work for us. I do everything off my iPad, except for the actual stream that's done off the computer you gave me, Greg. But
Nice
otherwise,
PC power.
I played 3 hours of Resident Evil Village.
I bought
on your
that.
computer.
The kids playing it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I put
Which
on
video
easy.
card do you have?
1060
16?
Ti.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
solid.
That's
Last
more
gen.
than
No,
what I've got.
I'm sorry,
actually.
a 1660 Ti.
Okay,
Oh,
that's what my
you're
kid
good.
has.
Yeah.
I still have a 1060 non-TI. I'm just like, will the 30 cards ever get available?
No.
Crypto's
Never.
killing you there, man. Like, even
Dude.
though Nvidia is like crippling those cards for crypto mining, it doesn't matter. People are still buying them up in bulk, and it sucks.
Yep. I still have my 2080, and I took it apart last week to clean all the. I was having thermal issues with it. I mean, I took cleaned off all the old thermal paste on the CPU or the GPU,
Okay.
and good God, night and day, man. I
You
was
took
getting
apart the
thermal
GPU?
throttling. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I mean the video card.
Yeah.
And took the heatsink off, cleaned the heatsink with denatured alcohol, and then reapplied, and put it all back together. And fucking, dude, I was at 120 frames on certain benchmarks, and I'm at like 190 now.
Nice.
And I'm like no fan throttling, nothing. It's just like
My weak point with this PC now is the CPU. This has, I think, a 6770, and let me look that up. The recommended for Village was, oh god,
yeah. Just do Task Manager and see what your CPU is pegged at.
I'm gonna switch my keyboard over.
Thanks,
this has
Pesmi's bar.
6700 i7 6700, and they wanted like a 70 something for Village.
i7's still good,
but I mean, I hit one point in the game where you kill someone and they turn into like ash and leaves, and so all of those leaves have to be rendered, and it just like slowed everything down while they were falling to the ground, and that's it. Like that's the only
thing. That could be
a
video thing.
Yeah, and I had like, Chrome open and other things open too. So if I shut everything down and just dedicated everything to the game, I'm sure it would have been fine. But that's the only like bad thing I saw.
Where is Pesme's bar at?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen Pesme's bar in chat, but
no, I haven't seen them yet.
Thanks for the words, Pesme's bar.
Thank you. Appreciate
I don't know
that.
if you're a bar or if that's just a screen name, but welcome.
Bars and Pesmis on Yelp. Let's see. What happened to the audio?
That's Jason.
Oh,
what happened? What
there
I do?
It goes. It's gone now.
It like changed mics on you.
No, it's the leveling and like noise cancellation built into your mic that if you like mute it and then turn it back on and don't talk, it just like opens everything wide up.
Yeah,
so
it's like a refrigerator.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Oh, without it, you have a lot of room noise. I thought I was bad.
Yeah, I want to get you a new mic, Jason. I know you think it's a waste of money,
dude. Get these short, dude.
I really, really hate your microphone, Jason, with a passion. I almost want to give you like just gift you a mic. Because
this thing is amazing.
That mic.
Well, I need a new thing or a new. This is for the Yeti.
That sucks. Yeah.
It's also not that great of an arm.
I got this arm, and it's the heaviest fuck bass.
I like that this mounts to the desk because when I'm done with it, I just go like this.
Yeah, I set it aside.
I just hate that mic. I don't know. I do not like that mic. You could sound so much better with a better mic.
Because you're racist.
Like, it's your audio. It's nothing against you. Like, use the fan, whatever. I have fans going on. Like, the PC makes noise. But our mics are just superior to that piece of shit you have. And I know you spent money on it, and I'm sorry to say that. But
wow.
I hate that brand. I hate Yeti. It's so bad. Or Blue, whatever. Their mics are just so overhyped.
Blue blow.
I'm also the blue person in the 4 Brewers drawing you made. So you hate blue. I get it.
Stop it.
Yeah, going back to this Beechwood after it's warmed up a bit. Wow, it's super fruity.
That fucking mic. Now it's fine.
You're fine.
I know.
Do it again.
No. I will not be mocked by you, you fuckers. Hey, you guys, I have a full ass gas fireplace now.
Oh, nice. That you were talking about that last week.
Yeah, dude came and set it up. Looks
You
really
had a
nice.
chimney sweep come out.
Yeah, that guy rules.
Hello, governor. You had to clean your chimney.
He's not British, although the other one I found on Yelp
flew all the way out from
is
York.
British.
How was that process? Like getting like in the 21st century, getting your chimney swept?
Yeah, I mean, he just came and he set up like blankets and shit all over, like sheets that he put all over the living room to like
Sounds like a
protect all the
euphemism
carpet
for
and
a
stuff.
porn.
See, I would assume like he'd set up some kind of vacuum at it, like inside of the fireplace.
He did have that too, but he basically covered the whole
just in case.
living room with sheets to make sure nothing got anywhere. And then, yeah, he did the whole thing, cleaned everything out. And then I had him back to come set up the gas logs because apparently I've had a gas hookup I haven't used in 40 years.
How much were the logs and the stones?
The
and all that?
logs was like $300 for the gas log setup. And then it was like $350 to have him do the whole
Yeah, we talked about this last time too.
hookup and
buy
all
him
that
from-
shit.
Did you buy them from Blammo?
The gas logs I got from Amazon.
They're not from
Um,
Blammo.
No,
What's that joke, Greg?
it's
Ren-
better
Ren-
than bad. It's good.
Oh, okay.
It's log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood.
Yeah.
Log. It's better than bad. It's good. Do.
Everyone
From
wants a
Blammo.
log. Nothing can beat a log.
Log. The log.
It's pretty cool to just be able to like turn a little knob and be like, "Hey, I have fire now,"
Yeah, we have the same thing. It's super rad.
versus like lighting a Duraflame and being like, "I see fire, but I don't feel any warmth."
Did you hook it up to a light switch, or you still have to like light it?
I still have to light it. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, we had a light
It was
switch.
it was a lot more money for the little igniter thing, and I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm fine with lighting it."
Mhm.
Yeah, I live in Mobile. I'm not going to get like some pimp ass, self-igniting fireplace.
Just John, all you need is like an LCD screen inside of your fireplace,
Yeah, I've got enough, right?
and just like play. It'd probably
No
give you enough
joke.
warmth too.
I bought my mom like a electric fake fireplace.
Those are
'cause
really
she-
cool.
It was like on her wish list. She's like, all I want for Christmas this year is this thing. And me, my brother and sister, like all teamed up to buy it for her. It's just this like, it looks like a fireplace. It's like a little fake fire and it's just electric and spits out heat. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I saw that first when I was like, what, 5 or 4 years old at my neighbor's house. Like they had an electric fireplace that you could tell it was fake, but it would emit heat. And I kind of want the same thing for like the studio, like minus the heat because it's always like perfect temperature in here. But like to have a little fireplace in here, that'd be cool if it was bigger. It's not big enough for a little fireplace, but yeah, those are really cool. Those little fake electric fireplaces, definitely. They're fun.
I have a less fake gas fireplace and it's fun now. I don't have to feed it Duraflame logs.
Like I said, I have gas on mine as well, but I have yet to hook it up because I haven't bought the fake logs and the stones and I don't know.
Yeah,
It's-
the dude
it's-
did the whole setup where he covered all the plumbing with like little rocks and stuff. And it looks all neat.
Cool. Well, fireplace chat with 4 brewers.
That's right. Just in time for summer, fireplace chat.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I'll think about that next year, like maybe in
You need like
January.
refrigerating fireplaces for the summertime.
Greg's like the opposite of the Looney Tunes where they go to the world where like the animators hasn't drawn it yet. He's just like, woo, woo, woo.
Dude, they just updated this thing, and there's a noise removal thing, which actually works quite good.
Honestly, that
There's
blackout
a little
background
noise.
feature.
There's a little
works-
noise here, but that's about it.
Yeah, it works really good.
It's a shirt. Here, just move the shirt.
there you go. There's still a little
My
bit of
hair
noise, but
that's
it's yeah. Jason, did
Yeah.
you get a haircut yet?
Yeah, I cut my mullet off.
Well, no, like at a professional spot, like Greg.
Yeah.
You're both keeping the long hair.
Girlfriend likes it.
Yeah, man. It's
She has to look at me a lot more than I have to look at me.
Cool. Well,
If she likes it, then, what the fuck am I to say?
Well,
I can't do long hair. Like I'd feel
you're
creepy
too
as
creepy.
fuck. Yeah.
What's the schedule looking like the next few weeks, boys?
I'm assuming next week is going to be Def beers, DEF beers.
Check the sketty, boys. We can do
The
deaf
29th?
beers.
I just put out the ABC show today, so we still have the Sierra Nevada and New Belgium shows that I'm gonna keep those in my pocket for, I don't know, just in case.
Like as leverage.
They're kind of timeless shows we can
Like
just release.
If New Belgium comes for you, you're like, I have a show. I have a show I composed.
No,
Leave me alone.
My laziness.
Next weekend is Memorial Day as well.
Oh,
yeah, I work on Sunday, or I'm on call Sunday. So Saturday I'm open, and Monday I'm off. So, yeah, we can do DEF beers or something. I don't know.
Def sounds good.
More of a theme.
Def beer jam.
Wow, wow, wow.
Def Jam. I think there's a They Might Be Giants song called I'm Deaf. I'm deaf.
A what?
They Might Be Giants.
Oh, I've never
Song
heard
called
one
I'm
song
Deaf.
from They Might Be Giants.
Really? Oh.
Nope.
You've never heard a song from...
I'm pretty
your
sure.
only friend. I'm not your only friend. And really, I'm not actually your friend, but I blah, blah, blah.
Nope. It's not ringing a bell.
Really?
Nope. No bells were rang.
Istanbul's Constantinople.
Nope.
Particle Man?
In Istanbul.
What, Jason?
Even old New York.
Particle Man?
Particle Man. Particle Man. Doing the
Particle
things
Man?
a particle can. Living a life in a something man. Particle Man.
Nope.
Really?
Particle Man hates Triangle Man. Get in a fight.
They have a fight. Triangle wins. Triangle Man.
Is he a
No.
dust? Or is he
Nothing
a
sounds
speck?
familiar. So
He underwater,
I've seen
does he
ones that
get
does
wet?
Or does the
Does the water
get
get
him
him instead? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Particle Man.
all right, everyone, for that's still here.
No, the 9 hung out. Got to hear the acapella Particle Man, dude. They're the true kings.
Yeah. So thanks for hanging out. Happy birthday to me, and we'll see you guys next week. I guess we're doing DEF beers. So if you're following the
Cheers
storyline of the show, it's ABC beers this week, and next week DEF beers. So
Def Beer Jam.
peace out.
Whip, whip, whip.